Hello, my name is Chrisa from A-List English, our school in Thessaloniki, and in today's lesson we'll be doing a series of expressions that we can use when we want to tell people off. Now, what does it mean to tell off? Tell off is a phrasal verb and it means to scold someone. Scolding is when you tell people that you're not happy with something that they have done. Okay, for example, a mother tells off a child for doing something naughty, something bad, or a teacher can tell off a student for not doing their homework. Okay, so let's go to the first example, and the first phrase is, "What were you thinking?" This means that someone has done something really stupid, something really dumb. Dumb means stupid. So, for instance, they have spent all their money at the casino, gambling, and now they have no money to pay rent. So, I hear that, my best friend does that, he tells me, and I say, "What were you thinking?" And I can add something here. I can add, "What the hell were you thinking?" Okay, to add emphasis to this. Or "What on earth were you thinking?" which is a more polite way of saying the same thing. It means you were not thinking when you were spending away all of your money. Okay, let's move on to the next one. "Are you out of your mind?" Or as many people say, "Are you out of your freaking mind?" Okay. This means that someone has done or has decided to do something stupid again. For instance, they have decided to quit their day job and go on a tour of Europe with their band. Okay, you announce this to your parents, and the initial response from your mother, or my mother actually, would be, "Are you out of your mind?" If my mother spoke English, she would say this for sure. Okay, she would not agree with this. She would be telling me off about it. She would try all mothers would try to prevent their children from doing that. Okay, let's move on to the third one. The third is a little particular. Let me say it first. That was uncalled for. You can also add the word a bit. You can say, "That was a bit uncalled for," or that was uncalled for means that was rude. It was not it was not polite, it was rude. Let's say, for instance, that in an argument, two people have an argument, they have a falling out, and one person calls the other person an idiot. Okay, the other person's response would be, "That was really uncalled for. It means you should not have said that to me." It's a way of expressing your disappointment, your anger, let's say. Okay, that was uncalled for, unnecessary and rude. Okay, moving on to the fourth expression. This is one of my favorites. "You put your foot in it." What could this mean? The whole expression, the complete expression is to put your foot in your mouth. This is what the expression actually is. To put my foot in my mouth means to say something. For instance, a blunder. A blunder is when you give away a secret by mistake, and then this causes a mess of things. Okay, someone has trusted you with something, and by accident you give that information away. For instance, let's say that someone is looking for another job and wants to resign from their current post, and the boss was not supposed to know that, but I have accidentally let it slip. So this means that, oops, I put my foot in it. So usually you say oops with this. Okay. Okay, the next ones are, you can use them interchangeably. You can use either the one or the other. When you do something bad, again, when you make a mess of things, you can say, the other person says, "Well, I bet you wish you hadn't done that." Or "You wish you hadn't done that now," right? You regret doing what you did. Or, again, if someone has done something stupid, What'd you do that for? Notice the word did here. We don't actually say, what did you do that for? We sort of contract it. We say, what'd you do that for? And the emphasis is on the word that. Again, what'd you do that for? It means, why on earth did you do that? Again, what were you thinking when you did that? It was wrong. It was stupid. Dumb. Dumb means stupid again. And the last expressions. People very often use this expression, you screwed up. Or you messed up. These are the same. These two are the same. You screwed up means you created a situation where things are out of control and the situation cannot be fixed now, or it seems impossible to fix. So you screwed up means you made a mess of things. Okay, you screwed up big time. You can say big time, it's a bit slang. Oopsie. Big time, which means you messed up a lot. Okay, and the last two. This is a way of showing your disappointment, your despair, if I can say, oh boy, which means I give up. I don't know what to say anymore. I have reached the end of my rope, the end of my tether, which means I've had it with you, which is another expression I just came up with. I have had it with you. It means I cannot take this any longer. Or you can just say, ironically speaking, oh great, which means not great at all. All right, that's about it. Make sure you use them with the right tone of voice. And till we meet again, bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe.